Well, the funny thing is, everyone assumes that I've always been confident, but as far back as class 6, I remember that they used to tease me with my skin color. There was this guy in my class that used to tell me that you are so black that the only time we get to see you is when the lights are off. And
Wow.
we see
That was so
white
mean.
teeth. And I'm like, that's so mean. But after that,
Now look at you.
Oh, thank you. But after that, I overcame that with the help of my very supportive family and friends. So.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Trendy Living Podcast. My name is Dilys Adiko and I'm your host. And on the Trendy Living Podcast, we'll be talking about all things lifestyle, beauty, and fashion. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about ways to regain confidence and how to stay attractive. And help me welcome my beautiful guests. You're welcome, Wolanyo and Nana Akoma.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. And so today we are going to be talking about attractiveness and confidence, right? And when you think about confidence, what comes to mind? Like in your view, what comes to mind? Nana Akoma.
Thank you, Dilys. First off, I would want to say confidence. There are different types of confidence. So we have mental confidence or inner confidence, and then we have like the outward one that everyone can see. So I believe that confidence is how you carry yourself and how you believe in yourself.
Yeah,
Just in a sentence or two.
That's good. And what about you?
For me, I think it is when you do away with external validation. When you know your stuff and you're confident about it and keep things simple for yourself. So for me, that is what confidence
Okay,
is.
the way you guys are talking, looks like you've always been confident, right? Was that something that, has always been there as a child? Did you have to battle with insecurities and, not feeling beautiful or handsome enough?
Well, the funny thing is, everyone assumes that I've always been confident, but as far back as class 6, I remember that they used to tease me with my skin color. There was this guy in my class that used to tell me that you are so black that the only time we get to see you is when the lights are off. And
Wow.
we see
That was so
white
mean.
teeth. And I'm like, that's so mean. But after that,
Now look at you.
Oh, thank you. But after that, I overcame that with the help of my very supportive family and friends.
So now, walk us through that. Like, from the time he told you that your skin was just too dark, how did you walk through that journey of listening to people? Was there a time that you cried about it, you hated yourself? Walk us through that journey.
Okay, great. So I hate is such a strong word. I just believe that at the time I didn't believe so much in myself. I just felt that there was something that was missing. So in regular conversation with my parents or my friends, it told me that, oh, you're very beautiful, you are this. So the more that they kept affirming those words to me, I began to feel that I'm confident, I'm beautiful, I am this, I am that. So then they changed my perception about how I was feeling.
Yeah. So at any point, did you think that, okay, if I buy this cream, I would like it to change my skin color?
Tell me.
Yes.
There has never been an instance where I've wanted to bleach or feel lighter than I have always been. It was just that there was just something missing. But once I found what was missing, I did justice to that.
And your skin is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Your skin is so.
yours.
Thank you. What about you, Wolanyo? How has growing up been like being a guy? You guys have to, bottle everything up and stuff. How has it been like?
Yeah, that is very true. So as a child, I didn't understand the world very well. So I had to observe why people did what they did. And then going forward, I realized that everything concerning confidence was just the opinions of others. And if I give that opinion validation, then it will work on me. So first I started by saying no one's opinion matters. So
But how did you get there though? Because then as a child, you barely know stuff about life. And what was that, triggering thing? Did they used to laugh at you as a child? Was there something in particular that really irked you about the way people thought about confidence and standing up for yourself?
yes, teasing is very normal. So I also tease people.
Yes, you look like someone who can tease.
Yeah, so there's one thing being teased, and there's another thing when someone is actually looking down on you. And sometimes it is from real facts. You come from a poor background, and then others come from this background, and they have opportunity to have access to this or that, and you don't have it, and you question where you're from and everything. So it actually has a toll on who you are and how confident you are, how you're able to express yourself, even socialize. So I didn't socialize a lot when I was figuring out all these stuff.
You're anti-so?
Yeah, so no, really, I'm not anti-so. I can be social when I feel like there's something in it for me. Yeah, so yeah, that was that. So I was confused, trying to figure it out. Then I realized that the long and short of it was that this opinion, is it that important? Why is it important? Why am I making it affect me this much? So how about I just starve it? I realized that, okay, my opinion of me is far better than theirs. I can't control what they think about me, but what I make of it is all on me. So from then, I realized that if you want to be confident first, the opinion of others, yes, some might be legitimate, but it is all about you. If it is legitimate and you're picking the right one, you have to work on it yourself. So that has been it for me.
So walk us through also the journey, because as for guys, at least for ladies, we talk about these things a lot, but for guys, like how do you tell your bro that actually they are saying I'm not handsome or something? So like walk us through the journey. Like what was that thing that stood out to you in discovering that, okay, I'm actually a very confident person and I don't care about what anyone thinks?
I don't remember, but I think about things a lot. So I'll think about, why is this person doing this? And why is the person being mean? Why does the person want me to feel miserable? I think about things a lot. Then I try to rationalize it. Maybe the person is the problem. I'm not the problem. What have I done to the person? Yeah, so that was it. I don't remember any event or I don't know anything. What actually happened, but it was a long process. So I got to the stage and I realized it is your opinion and it matters to only you. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, definitely.
And then confidence, I also know, comes from preparation. If you know something and you know it very well, you've worked at it, then you can confidently express it. So when you lack confidence, sometimes it's because you've not properly prepared. Then there's the biological part. You are tense about something happening, can affect your confidence. You just have to talk to yourself.
Sometimes it's easy to say just talk to yourself, but it's really not easy. It's really not easy, is it?
For me, it comes to me naturally because I've always been outspoken. I've always been bubbly, but there are times too where I falter. Like I feel it's just one of those days. I feel like I feel meh. I just pick myself back up because I feel like if I'm going to put my hope or my emotions on someone, what if the person is not there? What happens to me?
Okay.
So I build myself up. That's why my affirmations are very important to me.
Okay.
I stand in my mirror, I affirm what I want to see, and from there my mood changes. Even last night I was feeling like that.
Yeah.
A bit about the podcast today, but
I know, right?
Such good spirits. So.
Yeah. So what if you have a friend who is actually very quiet? How do you deal with such people? She's quiet. You know that okay, this is your friend. She's a kind person, and you know that now and there this world is all about networking. Branding, how you sell yourself, how you package yourself is always so key. And so you have this quiet friend. How do you encourage her to be out there, step out of her comfort zone to actually reach heights?
Okay, that's a good question because I actually have introverted friends, but that doesn't mean they lack confidence. They have confidence, but then they just prefer maybe smaller social circles than I do. Because for me, I fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
I can meet you for the first time and you would think that we've met 10 years ago. I can just go.
That's actually a good skill though.
Very, really good. But sometimes the downside can be.
What are the downsides? Tell us.
People think you're too loud, you're too...
Yes,
But no, I'm just expressive. That's what it is. Back to the question. So I have friends that they are very introverted, but they are confident. When they are allowed in a social circle, they can present themselves nicely. They can brand themselves. They can speak well. They look well. They look nice. And I don't think there's much of. I can't recall any friend that I have at the moment.
Yeah. So what you're basically saying is that just know your personality and then know where to fit in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you feel that maybe there's a thing or two that you can change, then you work towards it. If it's maybe listening to a podcast or listening to shows or reading a book, an article that will enhance or improve your behavior, personality, then just go for it.
Yes. Amazing. I think those are excellent tips. Walanya, what about you? What do you think society, or how do you think society views attractiveness? For you, what would be attractiveness to you?
That's a very tough one. I can't pinpoint anything because I come from a place where I find everything attractive. So there's beauty in everything when you look at it properly. But then there's society who say, this is beautiful, this is not.
Give us an example.
Okay, so she mentioned one thing about her color.
Yeah.
So growing up, when you find yourself in certain settings, you realize that people who are darker skinned have this stereotype around them that they don't represent attractiveness.
Yeah.
So when you allow yourself to be conditioned by that, then you start having a lot of judgment on things that you're not supposed to have judgment on.
Yeah.
You realize, So for me, beauty is everywhere. I don't think I have a definition of beauty. It's everywhere.
Do you think you're an attractive person?
Yes.
Hey, Shoki, we are sorry.
Yes.
But did you always feel like you're an attractive person, or it's something that you just had to accept that, you know what, I'm handsome, I'm good looking?
Of course. So back to the opinion of others. So, what is attractive is basically an opinion. There's no science to it. Yeah. So if society is saying that you're not attractive and you also accept it, so then it would affect you. But if you accept that you are attractive, then you control the narrative, then they can also buy into it. So it's all about selling yourself. I always say that the world is a stage. We
are all performing. So far you've all shared that you have to accept yourself. You just have to accept yourself and forget what people are saying, and then you have to sell yourself. I mean, it's actually very, very true, because no one is actually thinking of you. You have to own it and be yourself out there. Yeah. Amazing. So what are some of the realistic tips that, apart from affirmations and stuff, what are the realistic tips that someone can do to feel attractive and confident?
Okay, so I'll say that grooming is one important thing. When we say grooming, I'm talking personal hygiene. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth.
How many times?
Twice a day. Yes, I love the smell. See,
thank you.
White your teeth.
We are getting there.
Brush your teeth. Don't leave out your tongue. Invest in a good tongue scraper if possible. Get good mouthwash as well.
Where can they get their tongue scrapers?
Or any good pharmacy, NS Chemist. And I actually have a friend that sells one.
Okay, so that's cool.
Check out Gash Oral on Instagram.
Amazing,
Gash Oral. Yes, that's the name.
Well, no, the way you're smiling, it looks like you have a lot to say.
No, I like opinion and the business aspect.
Yes. Shout out to supportive, Shout out to supportive friends.
You have to plug them when necessary. And so oral care is very important. And then getting maybe mani-pedis here and there.
Charlie, but right now,
wait. I'm not saying go and fix the most expensive nails. When people think mani-pedis or maybe like grooming, they think expensive. I mean, if you have the money for the luxury, that's perfect.
But the reality on the ground is that it's expensive.
So you can get nail polish. Nail polish doesn't cost more than 10 cedis, and you can apply it on your nails and then look good. You can even get gel polish. There's a woman in my area. I'm plugging you guys to all the best.
Please, shout out to supportive friend over here. Okay, who is this person?
Someone in my area that does like gel polish on your toes or your nails for as low as 20 cedis.
Okay, so that's very, very
You don't
cheap.
need to break a bank to look good.
Yeah.
And it's not just for my women. The men too. For me, it's very attractive when a man takes care of himself. There's so many.
Yes. You have to look creme de la creme. Very delicious.
So that's what I'll say for my first.
So you've mentioned the grooming part. What about like hair? Because I know ladies really fuss about hairs. And right now,
I was getting into it. So hair is very important. Taking good care of your hair. Sometimes when we say take good care of your hair, it's not about buying the bone shape, black, jet black 26 inches with
As long as it's
13 by 6
essential,
fonts. So that's what I'm talking about. So sometimes the hair underneath, you need to get a good wash, condition your hair properly. If it's a hair mask, you have to apply. And these things, you can do it on your own. There's YouTube. We are privileged to be exposed to these things. So you can just watch a YouTube video where you make DIY videos, a hair mask, and just get it done.
Yeah, honestly,
at no additional cost. But if you have the money to splurge and you want to go to a fancy salon, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it all boils down to you and your pocket.
Yeah.
What I also advise is that don't go broke trying to look good.
Yeah.
If you have the money,
Please say it again.
Don't go broke trying to look good.
Yeah.
Do everything on a budget. If you have the money to splurge, that's perfect. But if you don't, look down.
But sometimes you would attest. Sometimes you would attest to me. Sorry for cutting you in, but sometimes you would attest that social media, like sometimes
there's this pressure.
Like there's a pressure, honestly. So it's really, I think that it's really easy to say, oh, don't go broke, but the pressure is there. So how would you advise someone dealing with that pressure? You know, she wants to get her bone straight, like.
Well, for me, I mean, I didn't start with bone straight. I've bought the chocolates, all the hairs that you can think
chocolates.
Of. Yeah, there was a hair called chocolate.
I remember it was way past
Yes, I bought some. All the hairs that you can think of, I bought some. But I realized that was my starting point. So that's what I could afford then.
And now?
But it is so.
I
can afford what I can afford. That's also, just rock it. If it's braids that you can afford, just rock it.
Just
if it's
your
natural hair, you can comb out and you look good. Just rock it. If it's bone straight, you can have. I mean,
yes.
Just rock it. That's what's important. Don't let anyone give you pressure. And I'm grateful for the people that I have in my circle. They don't give me pressure.
Yeah.
I can tell you, oh, baby, today I'm you. So then it's okay, no problem. I got you.
Yeah.
So it's about sometimes about the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with people that are going to give you pressure, then trust me, you're going to do so much that it's not even necessary, and you even end up regretting. So
I absolutely love what you're saying, because you have to find your own style. And personally for me, when I want to like look good, I go on sites like Pinterest and find what suits me.
That's my go-to too.
Yeah. Pinterest, YouTube, you know, there are some good videos out there that, you know, pumps you up to just look good and like level up. And I think that's the thing that people do not really understand, is that you can always evolve. Yes. You can change yourself. You can reinvent yourself. So if at first you aren't looking good, you shouldn't wallow in that and say, okay, I'm just not an attractive person. I'm just not a confident person. Like, you can always bounce back and say, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's so good. What about you two? What are some of the tips you give to, you know?
I agree with whatever she's saying.
Hey.
Everything she said. So, personal hygiene is very, very important. Right? So, personal hygiene. And then sometimes look at yourself and then look at what fits you.
Like what?
What you're comfortable with.
Like clothes or?
Yeah, clothes, everything. Yeah, you don't have to be too loud if you think it doesn't fit your personality. If you think your personality is loud, you can go with the loud stuff. So look at yourself.
So what about guys, you know, and that whole urge to go to the gym, you know, get over, like, I want to understand.
So fitness is good for everyone. It's not even about attractiveness. There are health implications there. Then it helps you look attractive too. Yeah. So you don't even have to go to gym to look muscular. Yeah. So the gym aspect is also okay. But there's no pressure for every guy.
Yeah. Is it pressure for you?
Trust me, guys are not pressured by other muscular guys.
Really? So how is it like for guys? Like when you see other guys looking all buff?
Yeah, good for them. Yes, good for them.
Are you sure you're not pressured by that?
No. With the friends I have, I'm not sure. No, guys. Nah. What would move a guy is maybe possessions, like a car, an expensive car, a watch, property, maybe a booming business. And even, I don't think people look at it from the point of pressure. It's just inspiration, or like, I feel motivated to get that too. And then there's the other aspect of it, that when you have these possessions,
you get the girls.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
You get the bad bees.
So personal hygiene, very important.
Yeah, amazing. So we'll be wrapping up this conversation shortly, but before we do that, can you just, in like some few words, advise someone who is struggling, like talking about deep down insecurities and someone who wants to be attractive, who wants to be very confident, like just advise someone on that issue?
Hey, you watching me today. I just want to tell you that you're beautiful, you're confident, and you got all what it takes. Don't look down on yourself. Even if you're feeling down, it's going to be all right. It's just a phase. This too shall pass. And yeah, keep doing you. I wish you all the best.
Amazing. That was so beautiful. What about you?
Yeah, so just like the opinion you have of yourself is not just informed by your opinion, by the opinions of others. You can change your opinion of yourself.
Yeah.
And that is it. So give yourself the positive motivation or whatever review you can give for yourself, because others are also going to give it. Go with yours. Why yours and not not theirs?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Amazing. These are so good and great points. And so to you watching, battling with these issues, trust me, we've all been there. We've all suffered some form of insecurities. But do you just accept yourself, play that role, be that, bad girl you want to be, not like bad girl, but you know what I'm talking about, guys. Don't cancel me anywhere. Yes. And, shine. Just be intentional about how you want to carry yourself, the way you want to appear, the way you want to talk, the people you want to connect with. Just be very, very intentional. And so thank you guys so much for sharing your wisdom with us. And guys, make sure to stay tuned to this podcast. We're bringing you loads and loads of interesting things. Stay tuned.